I met a gypsy.
So, back to the old motocross season. Why were you so shit at Hangtown?
I don't know. I mean, people say, oh, did you buckle to the pressure? I didn't feel any pressure. It sucked that happened at that race. I mean, it was there was going to be one bad moto coming because I had 4 moto wins in a row.
Yeah.
So it was like, it only lasts so long, and that one sucked. I mean, the start, like, everyone's like, dude, he's already sucking. He's already buckling under pressure. The start was terrible. They dropped the gate so quick, I wasn't ready for it because I shift into second as they turn sideways. So by the time I get set, it's already been 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And when I got set in, they dropped the gate straight away. So I wasn't even quite ready for it. So I got screwed then. Then that I knew the track was wet and slippery in spots, and that crashed in the first moto. I was in a rut, and that's why I gave it the bit of USA, because I thought I was in a rut. But the rut just blew out when I landed in it. And like, it sucks because it's just how it is. But on the outside, they're like, oh, he's buckling, he's gonna throw it away. Like, it sucks for me because I'm like, I was calm. I wasn't like I was freaking out. I'm like, oh, I'm still good. Like, don't worry about it. And now I hopped on. I'm like, well, guess I'm just making my life harder for this championship. You're really making me. I'm like, I look up. I'm like, you're really making me work for this, aren't you? So this is how it was in the second crash. And the funny thing is, because the guy who crashed in front of me is my buddy Tyson Johnson, and I went golfing with him today also. So it's funny. I'm like, because when I got first behind, I'm like, oh, he'll let me bike easy, like he'll be fine. Then he goes to get sketchy in the whoops, and I run straight into his bike. I'm like, oh, it was funny because after that moto, he's like, I got a message from him saying, so if you win the championship, am I still invited to the Top Golf at all? I got a chuckle at that, but yeah, because I was calm. Everyone's like, do we stress? I'm like, no, not really. I knew I can go to top 10 because I knew I had to get 7th and 8th, and I knew I would tie on points and I would get win it by more wins.
Yeah.
So yeah, with that, and so I was pretty calm, and the second I'm like, oh, just put me back a few more spots up, but I knew I'd get to top 10. I'm like, I'll be fine. And obviously the first one I got to 8th. I'm like, okay, let's make sure I need to learn for the next one. And then the next one, that first lap, I went and kind of just slightly I got really close to Volan's back wheel and just lightly tapped it and grabbed too much front braking because it's so dry and horrible that track was. I washed the front, which was probably like 4th or 5th. Was it?
Yeah, it was around there.
I was roughly around there. And I went back to 7th or like 10th or so. I'm like, well, it's going to be easy. I only have 1 lap in, so I have a lot more racing to go. And most of the guys would probably be finished because, again, going off my fitness because I put the work in. So thank gosh I did, because I was able to push through and come back to 3rd and being able to wrap it up. I mean, Justin wasn't making it easy also. He rode unreal there.
Yeah,
doesn't he like always win at that track? He's like,
that was pretty gnarly. Like, he talk about just doing what you got to do. Like, props to him. He fucking sent it. He did a very good job. Very good job, and so good job to him. You get a gold star sticker. But yeah, it was a bit of a stressful moment. But and my dad was the exact same. My dad Lucas was freaking. You know how Lucas is. He's like, bro,
pacing back and forth. He's swearing, going off his tree. And Daz, I'm pretty sure I can literally picture Dazzy. He's probably standing on a hill just watching. And he was like pretty close and saw my crash in the first one. And he told me, he's like, I kind of chuckled a bit, to be honest. He's just like, you're making it a bit hard on yourself, Jetson, like Swapper. He's like, come on. But like, it was funny because I'm like, that was the same. I'm like, dang it, you're just making it hard on yourself. And it's where Luke's is like emotional woman, like just pacing back and forth, like insanely, like going off his tree, like. And don't worry, you can ask him on a phone call or maybe an interview. But
Dude, he
after that first moto,
the other day.
After that first moto, I came in.
Oh, sorry, you go. You went up first.
After that first moto, yeah, you go. Okay. After that first moto, when I came in, I think I may have not have broken the table, the the foldable table on the side that we put our crap on, because I came in to slam my helmet down because I was so pissed off. And he was in the van, like he followed me in the truck, just like trying to calm me down. I was so pissed, like so mad. And you can ask him. Hunter and I were probably like one of the most hardest person on ourselves. Like whoever gives us the most crap is ourselves, like punishment wise. I feel like.
Dude, he
mountain bike.
The other day he calls me up, and it was no shit 2 seconds into the phone call, and like the Dodgers are playing, and then he just like starts losing it at the TV for 30 seconds, and then it's like, I just got to call you back. I got to call you back. And I was like, are you fucking serious?
Dude, it's so annoying. His stupid football. Like, it's football Sunday today. He's probably watching football all day. I'm thankfully didn't have to deal with him in the morning, because before he left, he's like, you'll see him literally be in the chair, like you'll be talking to him, and then he's just getting up, like starts yelling, and there's like, he's carries on like a muppet, like he loves his football. He does. It's funny as, but yeah, he's exactly like that. And the same with riding, exactly the same.
Oh, I love it. Eh? He's like a cartoon character that you hang around that actually kills
100%. Yeah, 100%.
So when you finally crossed the line, I mean, did you like? I think it's pretty much like, I feel like when you pass Schwartz in the second moto, you're pretty just dialed. Like from that point, you were pretty much championship in the bag. When did it sink in? Was it when you were on track actually racing, or did you wait to have any thoughts until like after the checkered flag, or like when did you start thinking about what you'd done?
It was the next morning.
Really?
That's when it sunk in. Because, I mean, like, I was pumped and that stuff, but when it really, like, kind of hit, like, really, like, you know, like, kind of really hit you, like, deep, it was the next morning waking up and going, like, because it felt like it was like a dream, basically. After that, when I went across that finish line, the rest was like a dream, dude. It doesn't seem real. And it wasn't until that next morning, just waking up and going, I'm a champion now. Like I just said to Dad, I'm like, I can officially say I'm a champion. Like and he's like, yep, well we can. Like you can, you're still a wanker, but yeah, you're champion now. And that's when it really kicked in, because it's just like everything that's gone into it is everything we put into the blood, sweat, tears going into this one big goal. Yeah. And to be able to get it was pretty wild.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.